what we've seen. That's why we've had this very overcast looking day today, and we'll continue to have that for the next couple of days as well. Current surface shot shows you that low pressure system that I told you about going all the way up into New England. Up there, the northern portion and the northern end of it, there's actually some light snowfall accompanying it. Another frontal system in the western part of the United States will be pushing through, and it will have some snowfall with it as well, but by the time it reaches us, it will be in the form of rain. We've even had some folks tell us we've had a few flurries along the West Virginia borders and the higher elevations and the very highest of elevations here in eastern Kentucky. Saturday surface shot. Tomorrow things will not change. Well, they will and they won't. We're looking at these frontal systems to actually move a lot, but what happens is one moves out, the other one will replace it, so it won't change our weather a whole lot, with the exception of really sort of intensifying things a little bit as it gets closer to us. We'll see a more likelihood of shower activity on Saturday and on Sunday. Now, temperature-wise for Saturday, we're looking at some pretty good temps here in the mountains of eastern Kentucky. We'll be up, probably in the 50 to 55 degree range. Now, for Friday night or for Saturday night, Saturday night on into Sunday, temperatures are going to remain relatively stable. We'll be mostly in the 50s. By Sunday, we'll push up into the 60s. Sunday surface shot has that frontal system, the low pressure system, getting closer to us, but it is so well formed, this system will actually cause us to get some showers here and there. We're looking at a good chance of some showers throughout this whole region of the United States, right on over into eastern Kentucky. And the further north you get, the more likelihood of some snow up there because of the colder temperatures. Here is our forecast. Overnight, cloudy, patchy drizzle, low 35 to 40. Then on Saturday, mostly cloudy, a good chance of showers. High expected to be in the mid-50s. The chance of showers gets better as we go along. Tomorrow night, mostly cloudy, chance of more rain, 50 to 55. Then by Sunday, mostly cloudy. Our best chance of showers on Sunday, high 65 or so degrees here in the mountains of eastern Kentucky. The 5-day outlook says there's the chance of showers on Saturday, a better chance on Sunday, and a few lingering around on Monday, possibly here in the mountains of eastern Kentucky, as highs are expected to warm up a little bit as we head toward the work week. But after that low pressure system gets by us, we see the temperatures start dropping again for Tuesday and Wednesday. On the mountain calendar this evening, folks, Hazard Community College will offer a black and white film processing class on Mondays, November 28th through December 12th, and Tuesdays, November 29th through December 13th. For more information, call this number right here. Mountain Calendar brought to you by Happy Marty Division of Coleman Oil. Julie?
Okay, thank you, Terry, and thank you for joining us tonight on this Friday edition of Mountain News. Stay with us now for the highlights and lowlights of high school football games around the mountains. Sports Overtime is next.
It's high school football action down to the Elite Eight, including 3 mountain teams hosting huge semifinal contests. In Pikeville, the Panthers met the Beechwood Tigers for the 6th time in 7 years. Could Pikeville prevent Beechwood from vying for a 4th consecutive state title? Whitesburg hosted the Danville Admirals. Would the Yellow Jackets have the strength to muster one more upset? And Leslie County invited defending 3A state champion Covington Catholic to a party. Would the Eagle Air Attack prove to be a bad host? The scores and highlights are coming right up on Sports Overtime.
A lot of trucks on the lot.
Truck time?
Truck time. Time to figure some real good deals. Notice how many people are coming over to the S-Series from the Ford Ranger?
Well, we've got the payload and the ride, plus standard goods like driver airbag and interlock brakes.
Folks know what's good for them.
Whoa, $199 a month for an S-Series ought to be real good.
Good thing we have a lot of trucks.
Yeah, but how long are we going to have them at $199 a month?
It's truck time at your Heart of Kentucky Chevy dealers, where the longest-lasting trucks on the road are going fast.
If you get hurt in an auto accident, it's nice to have a faithful friend to care for your interests.
You're a good boy.
We represent injured victims and their families, never insurance companies. Most importantly, we've consistently fought for and won over 95% of our cases. Your initial consultation is free and our fees are paid only after you win. If an accident has injured you or a loved one, we're the friends you can count on to fight for your interests. Right, fella?
Well, there ain't no shame in a job well done, from driving Angel to driving extra rough.
It's Truck Month, and now with any new Ford F-150 or Ford Ranger, you can get a bedliner with a retail value of over $250 for only $69.
If you're out to get a working man's PhD, just get yourself down to the Truck Authority.
See your best quality Ford dealer today.
Sports Overtime is sponsored by Daw Hairs, Happy Mart, a division of Coleman Oil, Lane Brothers, Ford, Lincoln, Mercury, Honda, Alice Lloyd College, Music Carter Hughes, Freeman and Copeland, attorneys at law, Lowe's Sporting Goods, Carter Hughes Toyota, Southeast Marine, and Barberville Physical Therapy.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us on this edition of Sports Overtime. Keith Farmer and John Lewis with you, only one day after Thanksgiving. But tonight, 3 mountain teams were hoping the turkey wouldn't slow them down.
That's right. Pikeville, Whitesburg, and Leslie County all at home tonight, and the winning teams would move on to the finals next week at Louisville's Cardinal Stadium.
That's right. The Pikeville Panthers were the first team in the state of Kentucky to win 3 straight titles. Tonight, they look to stop a Beechwood team going for its 4th straight. And you got to see the chance to see this game in a semifinal game at that earlier on WIMT as Beechwood, led by UK recruit Greg Hergott, visited the Panthers, led by the speed of Brent Coleman. Both teams using ground attack, and it was Beechwood using it early. Actually, they were going to the air. Greg Hergott fakes once, then hits Dustin Jones. This one would go for 43 yards for the touchdown strike. 7-0 Beechwood early on. Pikeville bounces right back. Eddie Doremus gets the Panthers on the board with this 15-yard run. The game tied at 7, and Pikeville feeling like they're right back in it. But Pikeville makes the first mistake of the ball game. This would be a bad punt snap. This one forces Minix to run. He can't get the first down. Beechwood brings him down short of that goal. Hergott makes him pay. He's chased and nearly sacked, but then he gets loose, finds the sidelines and some blocking, does the rest himself, takes it in 58 yards for the score, makes it 23-7 Beechwood at this point. But Brent Coleman, that's when he would get his speed going. He begins to run hard, picking up this time a first down, a hard-earned first down, and then it would be a couple of plays later. Coleman would do the job himself. He takes it in for the touchdown with plenty of force, 23-15, and Pikeville's right back into this one. Beechwood, though, makes their crucial mistake. The ball snapped over their punter's head and through the end zone for the safety. Panthers are now within 6 at 23-17. Panthers with the chance if they score after getting the punt. Eddie Doremus, he gets loose. This one, the big guy is going to ramble 45 yards down to the Beechwood 10-yard line, and he barely comes down, almost scores. But the ball on the next play, very next play, is stripped out of Brent Coleman's hands. Beechwood lands on the ball, and they run the timeout late in the game as Beechwood goes on to win this one and moves on to Louisville for the Class A final, winning it by 6, 23-17.
That is a tough break.
Tough way to lose it.
It is. So, well, there's one mountain team that's out of the hunt for a state championship.
That's right. Our own Keith Casebolt was at the game, and he's standing by now with more on this Beechwood-Pikeville semifinal matchup. Keith?
Thank you, Keith. This was a ball game that many thought would be the game of the year. Guess what? It turned out to be the game of the year. Beechwood jumped out to an early lead in this ball game, up 23-7 at one point. It looked as if, though, they were going to roll and make their way into Louisville. Coach Hillard Howard said that turnovers would make a big difference in this ball game. Pikeville got a couple of breaks, but I got to be honest with you, their defense was outstanding. They turned Beechwood away inside the 10 on 4 plays on 2 different occasions. Then a couple of touchdowns. They're back into the ball game. A safety. It's 23-17. Late in the ball game, Eddie Doremus, a big run. The Pikeville fans on their feet, and it looked as if, though, Pikeville would make it to Louisville. It just wasn't to be. The turnover bug hit again with another fumble with only a minute and a half left. Beechwood ends up winning this ball game, 23-17. They will have that opportunity to try for that 4th straight state title. From the W.C. Hambly Athletic Complex, I'm Keith Casebolt.
All right, thanks, Keith. And you know, John, you hate to see it when the team beats you and has a chance also to beat your streak. They've now got a chance to win 4 straight.
And what a rivalry it is. And, you know, Pikeville really hated that. 6 of the last 7 times Beechwood and Pikeville faced off in the playoffs, and Beechwood got the best of them.
I guess they'll think now about Beechwood for next year.
That's true. Well, another Class A action coming into tonight's Class A semifinal. Harrodsburg was just happy to be here. Last week, the Pioneers rallied for 22 fourth-quarter points to beat Bardstown. Harrodsburg did not want to fall behind to Murray. Coach Alvis Johnson looking for his 160th career win. This one stays scoreless till late in the first. Craig Yee sneaks through the line and goes up the middle for a 21-yard score. 7-0 Harrodsburg. But the Tigers would tie it up. Then with under half a minute to go in the half, one of the most unbelievable catches of the year. Alan Foster puts it up. It bounces off 2 Murray players before ending up in the hands of Ted Booth on his back. Amazing concentration. Then 20 seconds later, the Hogs driving. James Foster comes up with the pick of the Yeast pass, and he runs it all the way, 35 yards for the touchdown, and it's 21-7 halftime lead. But right after the break, Harrodsburg was after the ball after a Murray fumble. On 4th and 11, it's Yeast with the pump fake, 28 yards to Charlie Holiday to get the Hogs back in at 21-14 Murray. But Harrodsburg proceeds to give up 2 more defensive touchdowns. Murray ends the Hogs' title hopes 38-15. So we'll see the matchup there. We'll take a look at those matchups pretty soon. And don't even think about touching that dial. Coming up, we'll jump up to the 2A level.
That's right. The Whitesburg Yellow Jackets getting the chance to host the #1 team in 2A, the Danville Admirals. Could the Yellow Jackets pull off the upset to become the first Mountain team into the state finals? The only way to find out is if you stay tuned to Sports Overtime.
It's an after Thanksgiving Day extravaganza at Odell's Fine Jewelry. Select gold chains, charms, and bracelets 60% off. All diamond jewelry 50% off. 7 styles of ladies' 1-carat diamond cluster rings only $399.95. Men's quarter-carat Kentucky clusters only $189.95. And a doorbuster special, 0.02 carat diamond earrings, an incredible $9.95. Don't miss the savings at Odell's Fine Jewelry in Hazard, Corbin, Barberville, and Williamsburg.
Here at Carter Hughes Toyota, we're excited about the arrival of our flagship of Toyota, the all-new Avalon.
And to celebrate, we're having a free Toyota-thon sale with 90 days deferred payments on all new and used vehicles in our inventory.
Buy a new 94 Toyota 4x4 for only $14,988. The beautiful Avalon has a base price of only $22,758. Or choose from our largest used inventory ever with no payment till March of '95.
And remember, no one will sell you a new Toyota for less. No one.
Any store can give you 90 days. Some stores give you 6 months. But one store breaks all the rules. Today at Maggard's Furniture, there's no gimmicks, no tricks. You don't pay till 96.
It's true. Maggard's lets you buy furniture and bedding with no money down, no interest, and no payments till January 96.
So don't just sit there. Today at Maggard's Furniture, there's no gimmicks, no tricks. You don't pay till 96.
If you've been hurt in an accident, you may have many things to worry about. But one thing you should not have to worry about is quality legal representation. People all over Eastern Kentucky have trusted the attorneys of Freeman and Copeland to help them find ways to pay medical bills, recover lost wages, provide for rehabilitative services, and ensure that they were fully compensated for their injuries. We make it our business to worry about these things so that you don't have to.
Last week, Whitesburg knocked off the 4th-ranked team in Russell, but this week the Yellow Jackets would have to contain the speed of a top-ranked Danville squad. Whitesburg needing to get out in a hurry and in front quickly. After the kickoff, it's Todd Harris for Danville. He puts the Admirals on the board as he sweeps to the right. Then he's going to cut back to the middle. Nobody is going to touch him as he takes it into the end zone for the score. 6-0 Ads. 3 and out for Whitesburg, and the Ads roll again. Quarterback Mike Floro hits Jonathan Vanderpool on the run, and that would set up another touchdown run. 14-0 Admirals. Fans are not giving up on Whitesburg, though. Charlie Wright goes to the air to Travis Maggard. He makes the catch and takes it in the end zone for the touchdown. Then it would be Doug Chandler, always going for 2. This is Charlie Wright, who takes it himself into the end zone for the 2. And Doug Chandler is pumped up for the second half. His team only trailing 14-8 at the half. But that's when the air attack would continue for Danville. Ben Kinley on the receiving end, and he breaks it in for the touchdown. Danville 22-8 at this point, but they would go on to win it 48-16, and they put a put a lot of points on the board there in a hurry, John.
They did. Well, you know, we were curious to see how this game might turn out, considering that Whitesburg was a 40-point underdog on its home field.
Yeah, Coach Doug Chandler said all week that he was impressed, but that he was not intimidated.
That's right. Well, I mean, you can't go into the playoffs when you're in the semifinals at the chance to Louisville and just give up. And I don't think that Coach Chandler and the Whitesburg fans and players are complaining, because they did have, you might want to say, a Cinderella season, but it was talent.
I think basically it was just a matter of running into a much faster ball club, and maybe even a little bit quicker ball club.
That's true. That happens sometimes in the playoffs, but Whitesburg will be right there again next year. But Danville will have to, they will go on to play in Louisville. They will play Mayfield and the winner of the Mayfield Bullet East. And it looks like Bullitt East was the winner of that big time over Mayfield.
49-18, Bullitt East with, of course, the big quarterback Brandon Egan, and they move right on into the finals to play Danville. We'll see which team can do the job there. Well, we've still got the Class 3A semifinals to take place, and you know what that means.
That means we've yet to see the Leslie County Eagles. Covington Catholic was visiting Hyden tonight. Leslie County played on the Louisville carpet in the first round of the playoffs. Could the Eagles return for the biggest game of all?
Here at Music Carter Hughes, we never had as much 1994 product as we would like to have shown our customers, but for 1995, we've solved the problem.
The 95 Monte Carlo, the completely new Buick Riviera, the Pontiac Firebird, we have them all.
We're serious about offering the best selection of GM cars ever, and Chevy trucks from S-Series to the full-size four-wheel drives.
Whether you're looking for the sporty new Cavalier or a luxurious Cadillac, you'll never need to look any further than right here. We're Eastern Kentucky's Motor Mall.
Hi, I'm Frank Daugherty, and Daugherty's will be closed Thursday to give our employees a chance to enjoy the Thanksgiving holiday. But on Friday morning, our doors open at 7 a.m. to offer you the best Daugherty's after Thanksgiving sale ever. From 7 to 11 a.m. Friday morning, you can take an additional 10% off your entire purchase. That's 10% off the lowest sale price between 7 and 11 a.m. Friday morning. After that, the sale prices will continue all weekend long. But until then, happy Thanksgiving from Daugherty's.
Hey, let's go look at the Sun Tracker new party barges. Oh my gosh, look who's here. Let's go get his autograph.
Hey, girl. Oh, yeah. John, can you believe that? Let's me and you go get in our new Nitro and go fishing.
Well, it just goes to show you, Richie, you just can't go wrong with the Tracker. I swear.
I swear by the moon and the stars. The light shines bright at Alice Lloyd, a place where students grow and learn with pride. We can help you work toward the future. Let your spirit soar and fly so high. The light shines at Alice Lloyd College.
And welcome back to Sports Overtime. We'll go to the 3A ranks now, where unbeaten Leslie County and the commander, Tim Couch, put on a perfect record on the line facing Covington Catholic, and Coach Mike Whitaker hoping for a shot at the state title, along with all the fans out there. But it was Tim Couch early on. He hits Eddie Melton, and he has dropped at the 2-yard line. This would set up the dive through by Brandon Caldwell, who dives over the top and fights it to the end zone for the touchdown. But Covington Catholic, not known for their passing, they do just that. The pass here, and that is good enough for a first down plus a few yards extra. Then Galen Healy, the big running back, he'll gallop for the touchdown. And Couch and Baker would try to get the offense rolling. This is Couch to actually after the fake punt here, they go, or the fake kick, they go for 2. Then Couch and the Baker machine try to get it going. Couch to Baker over the middle. And it looks like the offense may get rolling after all. After the big block there, Dan Baker's taken out of bounds. Then Couch with the loft pass to Jim Ed Couch. But Covington Catholic defense was tough. The one-handed interception, but Leslie would get the ball back. Couch, an attempt to Melton coming up. And check out the pinball action. This one goes up in the air after Couch scrambles out of the pocket everywhere, and it's finally intercepted by a Covington Catholic player. And watch the great touchdown pass. Covington Catholic, no yards last week, but this year, a touchdown pass. And they're up 20-6 at the half. Coach Whitaker not giving up on his troops and telling them to go out there and get them. Couch and the offensive machine would roll out here. And he finds Dan Baker again. What a combination that's been for a perfect record all year long. Way downfield, but he's ruled out of bounds. Then Couch would find Baker again, like always. This one's complete over the top, way downfield. So when you're down that big, you try for the trick play. Any gimmick will help. The trick play ends up to be the long interception. And Covington Catholic goes on to destroy Leslie County streak 33-6. Keith, I think a lot of people were maybe surprised by the passing attempts at Covington Catholic. Like we mentioned last week, no yards through the air, but for some reason they found the defense gave up a lot at Leslie County.
Not only was it their passing, but like you said, it was the defense. Nobody would have thought that this Leslie County offense could have been stopped. And to think that Tim Couch would have not even thrown a touchdown pass on tonight, nobody would have guessed that going into it.
He ends up, though, with 48 touchdown passes on the year, not all bad.
I would take that, I believe.
I think penalties was really a point. First half, Leslie County racked up penalties, and I think Covington Catholic had one for 15 yards, so that really hurts. And in the second half, personal fouls really killed Leslie County.
Leslie County with 7 personal fouls. That's $15 a yard, so you know, you don't want that.
Right.
So
that happens.
A rough time.
And well, our Jay Buckner was at the game, and he's standing by with Leslie County coach Mike Whitaker. Jay.
Thanks, guys. The Leslie County Eagles storybook season has come to a close. Coach, I know you didn't like the final chapter and the way it ended, but you got to be awfully proud of this team.
Yeah, I'm very proud of our kids, especially our seniors. Had a great season. We didn't reach our goal, which was to win a state championship, but they come off close, and we're very proud of them.
I know everybody expected some really powerful offenses out here this evening. Do you think the defense is really what won this game, though?
Well, I knew that they were the best defensive football team I'd seen in high school, and they done some things that other teams haven't been able to do to us. They were able to rush a quarterback with 4 people and put some pressure on them. We dropped some footballs, and you know, when we got behind, it seemed like we started rushing everything, and it just went downhill from there. Our defense has played well all year, and you know, they had a great running back, and he done a heck of a job. They just whipped us up front on both sides of the ball.
I guess you can take some comfort in knowing that you lost to really just a fantastic team.
Well, they are, and they're defending state champions, and they've been there several times, and I look forward to winning it again. They're extremely strong defensively, and a very physical football team, and of course they 2 platoon. They run people in on offense and defense, and they kind of wore us down towards the end, and you know, they're just an outstanding football team.
Coach, I appreciate it, and good luck on next season.
Well, thank you.
Guys, what else can you really say? It's been a storybook season. One thing to look forward to for next season, Coach will be back, Tim Couch will be back. Who knows what will happen then? Back to you.
All right, thanks, Jay. And John, you were out there for a little while tonight, and as Coach mentioned, they did beat them on the front line. Were they bigger?
They were a big team, but I tell you what, first drive of the game, the passing went straight through, and Tim Couch and his core receivers came through again, and of course set up the dive play at the end for the one and only touchdown, so Tim didn't have a touchdown, but they did rack up the yards. Front line big for Covington Catholic, and they get their chance to defend their state title.
Yeah, so that sets up the 3A championship in Louisville. Now we take a look at the other team that had the chance to go on and get the chance to play Covington Catholic next Saturday, and that would be Bowling Green, because they beat Nelson County handily 34-7. And so it will be a Bowling Green and a Cov-Cath matchup. Now in 4A, we of course don't have any mountain teams, but we will take a look at that. North Hardin beating Trinity 24-11. And in the other one, it's Boone County beating Fern Creek 36-19. So at least one thing we know, John, there won't be a Louisville team win a state championship.
True, but still no real surprises in 4A at all.
No, definitely not. And you never know, Sean Alexander may have boosted his chances of winning that Mr. Football Award by pushing his team on into the finals.
And he will get a chance to showcase his talent on the carpet.
That's right. Well, just in case you're joining us, you may have missed some of the scores we've already gone by. So here they come at you once again.
At Lane Brothers Ford Lincoln Mercury Honda in Iville, they're making room for the 95s. Take advantage.